Hello everyone, my name is Rafayat. From today we're going to be starting a new playlist called 10-minute book reviews by Rafayat. So basically every week I'm going to try to read a new book, and on every Thursday I'm going to be posting a short video where I'll be trying to discuss the most important things that I learned from the book in a short video. So it's more like a book review or a summary, you can say. The book that we're looking at today is called Made to Stick by Cheap and Dan Heath. So basically the book discusses what makes an idea into a great idea. If you look around us, every day we come up with a lot of ideas, but a few of these ideas actually become memorable. So in this book the author talked about the two key qualities that make an idea spread. The two key qualities are the ideas are memorable and people are eager to pass it. Let's see a silly but yet successful idea that I have heard for a long time. So when I started lifting weights, everyone around me used to tell me that no, don't start lifting weights, because if you start lifting weights, then you might not grow any taller. But those people were so wrong, because if the idea was actually true, then think of Arnold Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzenegger is like one of the best bodybuilders in the world. So if that idea was actually true, Arnold Schwarzenegger would have been a midget by now. He would have been so short that you could have actually fit Arnold Schwarzenegger in your pocket if the idea was true. But although the idea was really silly, but I have a lot of respect for the person who made it, because everyone around the world knows this idea, and a lot of people probably till now think that this is actually true. So a lot of my respect to that guy. So in this book the author talked about 8 ways in which you can make your idea turn into a great idea. So the first way which what you can do to make your idea a great idea is that you should try to put your idea in as simple words as you can. So instead of presenting your ideas with a lot of graphs and charts saying that this scientist said that, and 97% of the people who ate this mushroom live for more than 100 years. Don't give people this bullshit, because at the end of the day, no one's gonna believe in your 97% of those shit. So instead try to make your ideas present in a more simple way. Maybe using pictures and videos instead. People like that more, and everyone's gonna understand that. The second way is to when you start presenting your idea, try to first grab your audience's attention by saying or doing something unexpected. So once you get your audience's attention, then you can start talking about your idea. So people are gonna wanna listen to you more. So let me, before I proceed, I want to tell you a short story that I heard the other day. So it's about a man who used to live in a small village. So one day the guy was going through a forest, and as he was passing by he noticed a small cocoon. And when he went closer he saw that a butterfly was trying to come out of the cocoon. So the man eagerly waited for the butterfly to come out. But as he was looking at the cocoon, he saw that the butterfly was really struggling to come out of the cocoon. And after a few minutes, the man just noticed that the butterfly stopped struggling. It was not moving at all. So the man thought that the butterfly was in trouble, and he wanted to do something to help the butterfly. So the man checked his pocket, and he found a pair of scissors. So instead of just waiting, he decided to help the butterfly by making the hole in the cocoon a little bigger. So that's exactly what the man did. The man grabbed the scissors and tried to help the butterfly by making the hole in the cocoon a little bigger. But a few minutes later, the butterfly came out of the cocoon with the bigger hole that it had in the cocoon. So what would we expect in this kind of situation? We expect that the butterfly would just enlarge its wings and start flying. But you know what? I'm gonna come to that story later. So the next way that you can use to make your ideas into a great idea would be to put yourself in the listener's shoes. Have you ever spoken to a doctor and they have been telling you a lot of technical terms that you didn't understand shit about? That's exactly what I'm trying to tell you to avoid. If you're really familiar with the subject, then you might expect the other people to also know about the subject, and you might talk that way. But in this book, the author described this as the curse of knowledge. So basically, what you should know is that maybe you might know about a subject really well, but don't expect everyone else to know about it. So make sure to describe your idea to a person, imagining a person who has no idea about what you're talking about, and try to put your ideas into as simple words as you can. While reading through a book, the author also discussed an interesting subject. He talked about an experiment that a scientist once did. So she went to some of her friends and tried to tap out the beats of the Happy Birthday song, like. So when she was actually doing that, the whole music was playing in her head. So she expected everyone else to know about the song that she was playing. But what was really surprising from the experiment was that at the end of the experiment, only 2 out of those 25 people that she played these beats to could guess the song. So this is exactly what I'm trying to say here. When you're trying to discuss a subject, it might be really simple to you and you might know what you're trying to say, but that doesn't mean people are gonna think that way. So try to put it in as simple words as you can. Don't assume that the people know about what you're trying to say. So try to avoid that. The next way would be to add credibility to your idea. An example of this might be the anti-war campaign that was really popular, that was recently released, and it was really popular. It talked about how the current nuclear power of the world is 5,000 times more powerful than the bomb that was dropped in Hiroshima. I know that there's a lot of scientific data put into it, which I told you to avoid before. But I mean, we all know about the bomb in Hiroshima. We know how dangerous it was, how many people got killed because of that. When we hear that it was 5,000 times more powerful than the one here in Hiroshima, we already can form an image in our head about how dangerous the current nuclear power in the world might be. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Try to portray an image inside the mind of the readers. One more thing that you can do is to try to use the emotional side of people. In this book, the author talked about two different campaigns for raising donations for the kids in Africa. And the first one, the campaign talked about how there's like thousands of starving people in Africa, and how if you donate money, the kids can actually have a better life. And the other campaign, there was actually a photo of a starving kid in Africa. I don't remember the exact name of the kid, but there was actually a picture of the kid in the book as well. I mean, imagine yourself seeing a starving kid in front of you. How would you feel? It would definitely make you feel really bad, and clearly this campaign would be more efficient compared to just giving you a bunch of numbers. The other way which you can use is to show that there's something that the audience can get from them. I mean, whenever we buy or whenever we hear something, we actually first we want to know what is in there for me. So, for example, in a television campaign, instead of just telling out the features of the television, you can actually discuss about how the features might help the person using the television. That might be more effective. And the last way the author talked about how you can make your idea into a successful idea is to use stories. Because I mean, storytelling, when there's a story behind what you're trying to sell, people are more likely to buy into your story rather than the product itself. A lot of company has been using this also. So there's like one example of an effective story might be introducing a person and how that person helps a stranger get through in life. Or maybe a person who takes a challenge and then struggles through his life and then accomplishes the challenge. That might be two examples of two patterns of stories. So those are basically all of the ways the author discussed about making your idea turn into a great idea. So I hope you like this summary video that I made. But I mean, if you like this book, then I recommend you to definitely check it out. Alright, see you guys next week.